Support for this program is provided in part by Guido's Fresh Marketplace. Welcome to The Natural Cook. I am Anna Gershenson. Today we have a very special guest in our studios. Mayor of Pittsfield, Tyer, decided to come here because spring is outside and we are very excited about the challenge that the mayor started in this wonderful city of ours.
That's right. Thank you for having me on your show. I'm excited to be here. This past summer, Anna and I did a salad at the farmer's market, and it was so much fun, and I was so excited when she invited me to come on her show. Really happy to be here to talk about healthy eating and to talk a little bit about the Mayor's Fitness Challenge too.
Okay, so because we have limited amount of time, we are going to jump right to cooking. We'll be cooking and talking is what I like to do because I want to put a lot of stuff into my show. So because asparagus is harbingers of spring and the green color is so exciting, you know, after the snow that we had on the ground and cold temperatures, it's so wonderful. So I decided that just to take this, you know, this thinking out of people's heads that cooking is hard, you know, to show how easy it is to throw a meal together that nourishes you and is delicious. So asparagus, as we know, comes in many different thicknesses, and it doesn't matter. You know, what you like most, that's what you eat. But for our different purposes, because we are going to cook it on a skillet together with eggs, we are going to cook it in the oven under the broiler, which is very fast, and then a raw vegetable salad with asparagus. So let's start doing this, and then we'll be talking about your challenge and what it really is.
So this place setting that we have for prepping our food is just beautiful. I like to do a lot of cooking at home too, and one of my favorite things is exploring the recipe, going to the store, the farmer's market, laying all of the beautiful food out, just looking at the brightness of the lemon and the pretty shape of the eggs, and it's all part of the experience of cooking.
Absolutely. You inhale this beauty and it just makes you happy.
It
and
does.
then you bring this happiness into the kitchen.
Right.
Okay, so asparagus, when you buy asparagus, you have to make sure that the ends are tight, that it's not shriveled, that it's really fresh. And try not to get the pieces that have a lot of like woody ends, because actually it's being wasted. So when you're preparing asparagus, you're supposed to snap just at the point where it goes off easily. But if you have a little extra time, because there is really good stuff there as well. And what I do, I'll show you, Linda, what I do is I will line them up, right? And as you saw, I pull them out of the water.
Yes.
So when I bring them from the supermarket, I actually would trim the ends and I would put asparagus into like maybe an inch of water into a little jar, and then cover with a plastic baggie and into the refrigerator. And this way it's preserved better, but of course you should be eating it as soon, not as soon, but the faster you eat it, the more nutrients there are.
And the more fresh and delicious it is.
Absolutely.
Especially with fresh produce.
So you will just cut off this part, right? When you bring it
so
from,
about an inch, it looks like.
About an inch, right. And then you can put it into
This is our garbage bowl?
Our garbage bowl. Okay. All right. So I think that while I'm going to be working with this, and what I would want you to do is, I'll show you. You can just peel these ends because I already trimmed the ends.
All right.
And it's kind of nice and soft here if you can touch, right? And then if you peel just these ends, then it's going to be cooking nicely.
I see.
But
so
yes.
we're not snapping, we're going to peel instead.
Exactly.
All right.
Just the piece where if you see that it's really woody, you know, then you are going to snap it. But if you see that it's green, then you don't have to.
All
then,
right.
after you do that, you will take the asparagus, right? And you will line it up. And I usually like doing it like on a diagonal. And then you are going to be cutting it. See how you can see that your knife is resisting? It means that it's really the part that has to come off.
Okay.
But you will cut it in about, you know.
Oh, beautiful.
Right, about 1/4 inch you can do. Because this way it will cook very, very quickly. Okay.
All right.
And once you cut it, you can put it into this.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm going to peel into here and then put the edible parts in this bowl.
Right. Can you talk about your challenge and work at the same time?
Of course,
okay,
yes.
Excellent.
Of course. Of course.
Perfect.
So
I thought only I could do it.
Well, multitasking is not a strength of mine under normal circumstances, but we're cooking together, so we can certainly talk.
Yes.
So the Mayor's Fitness Challenge is about 3 years old, and it's a competition between the city of Pittsfield and the city of North Adams.
Yes.
And people register to participate in the fitness challenge.
Right.
And then when it kicks off on May 19th at the first farmers market, we will give people all the information they need to participate. And in Pittsfield, we do it based on a point system. And we're thinking about how we might get a little bit more creative about that.
Yes.
But there's a website that you can go to register. It's berkshiremfc.com is the website. That's where you register. And then you are able to give yourself points for the things that you're doing to be more nutritious in your eating habits, and even in how much time you sleep, how much time you exercise, the type of exercise, the type
how much water you drink.
Yes. And so you can earn points for all of those kinds of healthy activities.
Yes.
And then it's a competition between all the people of Pittsfield and people of North Adams that have registered. And this year, Pittsfield is determined to win the fitness challenge. We've been bested by North Adams, and we want to win this year. So I'm hoping that today's cooking show will be an inspiration for people to see how easy it is with some very few but delicious ingredients to make a healthy meal.
Absolutely. And why it is important to eat vegetables, because this is actually real food. When you open a box of processed food, you get sated, but it doesn't really do anything for you in terms of nourishing your body.
Right.
And this is where people need to understand that it's the real food that goes into your body with vitamins, fiber, and minerals, and antioxidants, and all kinds of...
And once you start eating healthy, with all of these natural ingredients, that processed food starts to not taste so good.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
All right, so I should be chopping. I've not been keeping up with my tasks.
So you will be cutting it on a diagonal.
On a diagonal.
And you can set up, like, see, I already peeled this.
Yes.
So you can set up like a few of them.
All right.
And then
I'll get chopping.
Right. And just try to make it even thickness, because when we cook something, we want it to be ready at the same time.
Right. Okay, good.
So I'm grabbing, in the meantime, I'm going to grab this baking sheet, and I'll show you how easy it is to put asparagus for roasting. So you can roast asparagus that is thicker than this, but I find that if you want something to be ready very quickly, that thin is actually is something that you should pick. And it cooks fast, and then it's so fun to eat. You just take a whole thing and, pop it into your mouth.
So that's an interesting point, because these are thicker pieces of asparagus stalks, and you've got thin here. You're going to broil these?
Yes.
And what will we be doing with these thicker pieces that I'm slicing?
We are going to be making 2 dishes. One is really going to be a meal, and you'll see how easy it is to put a meal together when you put the sliced asparagus onto the skillet together with olive oil, or good butter if you prefer that, because butter is good for you.
Butter's okay.
Right, as long as it's, good quality butter. And then you add eggs sunny side up, and then you'll cover And everything will cook together because asparagus, when it's sliced, it cooks very, very fast.
Nice.
And you'll have a meal in no time.
Excellent.
Okay.
Now, when I get to the tips of the asparagus, should I
Yes.
continue slicing?
I think that you should preserve the tips.
Preserve the tips.
Right,
All right, so maybe
right.
one more slice on that
Right,
guy.
right.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
So you take the olive oil and you just drizzle it. And then you toss it together so that it coats your asparagus. And what is so wonderful about vegetables, you know, when you're eating, you should also remember that it's very important for you to chew well, because your digestion, you know, it's all about vegetables, not just eating them, but for them being absorbed into your body. And the best way to do it is to chew it well. And chewing is important not only because digestion starts in your mouth with the saliva that has enzymes that start digesting your food, but also because it takes your brain 20 minutes to register that it's sated. And if you eat fast, you can just swallow like crazy amount of food in that time, while you really you end up overeating and you don't need all that food.
I think also, too, slowing down eating so that you experience the joy of
Yes.
the delicious food is really a
Absolutely.
part of the cooking and eating.
Yes.
What's so enjoyable about cooking and eating. Slow
Absolutely.
down
Yes.
and enjoy the flavor and the textures.
Yes.
And so in addition to improving digestion, it also just gives you a great experience around what it
Yes.
means to eat the
Yes.
food that you've cooked with your family or your friends.
Absolutely. And you enjoy, you know, you want to enjoy your life. I know we're all so busy and we're running around, but this is really a time to relax and not to feel pressure and to take time off. Okay, so I'm going to put it into the oven. I preheated the oven with a broiler and 4 inches away from the broiler. So it will be pretty high. So it will cook really, really fast and it will get charred in places.
It looks beautiful.
Yes.
Drizzled with olive oil and,
Yes.
and just seasoned
you
with salt
saw
and
that
pepper.
I really didn't do much. So what we are going to do also, you continue slicing, which is wonderful. It's so nice to have a sous chef on the show. Oh my
I'd
God.
be happy to come back anytime.
Okay.
I always learn when I spend time with you, Anna.
Thank you. So we're putting a skillet, and we want to make sure that it's not too hot, because we are going to add olive oil, and we don't want it to burn. We don't want any kind of, you know, carcinogens to start developing as a result of using heat that is very high.
And that's sort of the difference between olive oil and butter, right?
Yes, right,
Anna, is
right.
that you heat olive oil at a higher temperature than butter.
Well, butter will burn faster, but butter does not produce carcinogens when.
Oh, interesting.
Right. So, with oil, olive oil, of course, has actually a pretty high smoking point, but you don't want to have it smoking.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to take
Ooh, don't
some
let
of
me.
this asparagus.
I almost got her finger.
And we are going to put it
Start
here.
cooking.
All right. So we are going to throw this, and we'll go to save the rest. You can continue cutting. We
All
have
right,
all of
got
this
a couple
wonderful
more here, yeah.
asparagus. We'll put it here, and right away we season. So asparagus has a lot of vitamins that are very supportive of building good health. It has B vitamins, it has K, which is good for your bones. It has glutathione, which is actually a very important nutrient for your cells in your body, and asparagus is really high in it.
Asparagus is the kind of vegetable that might, for some people, be somewhat intimidating. And so the simplicity of the way that you're cooking it with
Yes.
simple ingredients is, also takes and enhances the flavor of asparagus, which for some people might not be a
Absolutely.
favorite flavor.
Right. You have to think, okay, and this is what we are teaching you, to develop flavor. You have to kind of learn and know what flavors go with asparagus.
Right.
And butter and olive oil and lemon and Parmesan cheese, salt,
Yes.
pepper, that's all you need.
Oh,
you really don't
this
need
is going to
anything
be delicious.
else. So we are going to put this.
Should I keep chopping these?
Yes,
Okay.
please do, because we are going to make a salad as well.
Okay, in the same
Yes.
way, at the
Right.
angle. Okay.
So we will take now, make a little space here, and put an egg into the skillet. So our asparagus, we don't want to overcook the asparagus. So we are going to put the egg as soon as we put asparagus on the skillet because it will cook so quickly.
I really hope the cameras can capture
Yes,
how
and look,
beautiful
yes, look
this
how
looks.
gorgeous it is. Yes. That's why you want to get eggs that are preferably pastured from the chickens that were running around and were fed well, because everything that they ate goes into your body. Okay, and so now we will cover it. We'll take a lid, because the steam that comes from there will be cooking the eggs together with our asparagus. And now we will also show how to make a salad, and you don't have to cook it. There is actually a show that I did a show on asparagus, and people can, if they can go either on the website of PCTV and access all the shows that I did, and I already probably have close to 40 episodes. And also, I showed how to do asparagus Caesar there.
Oh,
but
that sounds delicious.
But here we really, the message that I want to give is that we don't even need recipes to cook something. Like, look here. You know, you don't need a recipe. You just do your prep and have a good knife.
Yes.
And have a sense of, what you like, taste it.
Yes, but when you're a beginner cook, sometimes recipes help to help you structure and to learn about what goes well with certain things. And the more experience you have, then the more confident you can be in trying new things without recipes.
Yes, people who just start, they definitely, I'm going to remove this because this
it looks too...
it will
okay,
be
good.
Okay, so another trick is that I want to show you is that you can add just a little bit of water. Like here, there is enough steam, but if there isn't, you can just add a little bit of water, and then that will create extra steam.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now we have this asparagus that is ready to go into our salad, and Linda is so efficient. Thank you very much.
I'm so excited to learn more about how to cook with asparagus, because so many people, me included, think there's only one way, and that's to steam it and put some butter and salt and pepper on it.
And by the way, you can also, I usually use a skillet when I want to cook asparagus. I do not cook it in a pot because it's a long vegetable. And so I will put water, I will season it, salt it.
Yes.
And then I would put asparagus into the water so that it just covers it a little bit. And this way, it's very convenient to access it, and then I can just pull out one piece and cut it, cut to taste whether it's ready or not, and put it back. And then it's a fast way of cooking using a skillet. Okay, now let's check these guys. Okay.
Oh, it smells delicious in Anna's kitchen, I can tell you that much.
So, yes, I always say that when you're cooking, you have to be present.
Yes.
Because you actually can smell when food is ready if you are allowing yourself to do that.
If you're not distracted or worrying.
Yes, so let's cut it. Let's show how we can test. Cut a piece off here, and we'll taste it and see whether it is ready or not. You take for yourself, Tom.
How will we know?
Okay, so
it seems ready to me.
I like asparagus cooked this way. Okay, do you see that this is done?
Beautiful.
Okay, so you want the egg yolk still to be undercooked, right?
Yes.
But the white solid, and everything is ready. So all you have to do is just season it. So you see how quickly we put it together? So when I am roasting, I really like it to be more on the softer side and to get more char. That's why I'm going to put it back.
Okay, so you're going to put it back in.
Okay, so now this is ready. We're going to set it aside because this is hot and we don't want to continue cooking it.
Right, so we've taken it off the heat.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yes, so let's grab this. And we are going to take this and put it quickly into our bowl. And you don't even have to prepare dressing for it, because you'll dress it right in this bowl. And I'll show you how we'll do it. So, lemon.
Nothing like the bright, sunny lemon on a spring day after a long winter.
And lemon is something that you just roll, because when you want to get juice, then when you roll it and it gets soft, and when I buy it, by the way, too, I make sure that it's heavy and that it's soft.
Yes.
Right. Because if it is not soft, then probably the skin is very hard. I mean, the skin is very thick, and you won't get a lot of juice out of it. And see?
Beautiful.
And this is a Rima. So we're going to use it. We're going to sprinkle a little bit of this.
Oh, boy.
Of
this is my lucky day.
Okay. And so here, first thing I do is season.
So that's salt.
And see how I take
looks like
the
coarse salt.
It is diamond kosher salt. And I take it between my fingers, and I just, from a distance, that way I can distribute it better, right?
Yes.
And then freshly ground black pepper. And then you just toss it with your fingers. So go ahead, Linda.
Okay.
Toss it. Okay.
And what I love about this is the simplicity of the ingredients. So for people who might be somewhat intimidated by cooking, this is the simplicity.
Absolutely. And you just put, this didn't really have much of pits or anything, seeds. But you can put your hand and make sure that the seeds...
To catch the seeds.
Right, get caught.
Another tip.
Also, microplane grater is a wonderful tool. And you just grate lemon zest, because lemon zest is the one that has all the aromas because of the oils that are in the lemons. The juice
it smells
is tart.
incredible.
I know. And so you do this, then you
so beautiful.
Drizzle some olive oil and toss again.
Okay.
And then we will grate.
Hand toss?
Hand toss.
Okay.
Yes. And then we'll take another grater. This one has bigger holes. And then you just grate your Parmesan cheese, which also is a wonderful complement to asparagus. So when people are thinking of, we encourage them to eat more fruits and vegetables. There are so many ways to sneak them into your menu. Just when you're making a salad, don't just eat greens, but chop some celery and radishes and onions and grate some carrots and add some herbs and scallions and parsley and basil, whatever you can get your hands on. Because all of that provides you with different kind of nutrition.
And flavor.
Yes.
The best thing is that you get nutrition and flavor in all of this cooking.
So,
now, Anne, if we want your recipes, how can we find your recipes?
You can go, my show is on Facebook, on my Facebook page, and you can go, and I would post the recipes on my Facebook page.
Look at how beautiful that is. It's so perfectly browned.
So all you have to do now is you can also, just grate some zest, because it complements the flavor. And you can drizzle some lemon juice.
Just beautiful.
Okay. And same thing with Parmesan cheese. You can grate some Parmesan cheese, or you don't have to.
So you have similar ingredients in a warm,
in
a warm flavor, and then also in a chilled salad flavor.
Yes. So now I will show you what you can do. Now I want you to mix it and taste it.
Okay, I was going to say, can I have a big taste?
Absolutely. Without tasting, we really don't know whether we like it or not, right? That's why cooking is always tasting.
Beautiful.
Okay, so now with this one, what we do again, I love black pepper. Not only adds it flavor, but also turns out that black pepper makes nutrients in other foods that it combined with more absorbable. Isn't it interesting?
That's interesting.
There is so much to know about food. Just don't be intimidated. Get fresh food, and there are so many ways now, so many videos, like watch my show, because in 30 minutes, I show you so many different things that you can do, so you can cook with me in the kitchen.
It's wonderful.
Right. So here, There's a different way that you can serve this. First of all, we didn't add salt to the eggs. I like salting them at the end.
Okay.
Even though when I cook vegetables, I always season at the beginning. Okay, and then you take your vegetable peeler, and here you have asparagus done in a different way.
Oh,
you just
so you have slices of Parmesan.
Yes, you have these kind of like shards, right? That go over, and it looks beautiful, and then you'll have like a whole piece.
Absolutely.
So what I'd like you to do, Linda, is we'll take a plate, and I want you to try and to see how you like it.
Oh, this is the other part of the fun.
Right. The fun part is when you actually eat this delicious food.
And now your show is 30 minutes long.
Yes.
And you have already, in less than 30 minutes, created 3 different delicious meals using asparagus and a few ingredients.
Isn't it
really
fantastic?
wonderful.
I think that it says something about, you know, cooking is intimidating when you don't know. But knowledge is power. And so get into the kitchen, start watching my show, and you should join Mayor's Fitness Challenge. It's a very, very important project for our city. And it is important because, number one, it really takes time to develop a habit. It takes 66 days for the habit to become a part of you.
That's right.
So we have these 8 weeks to give you a perfect opportunity to start doing it, marking it, you know, feeling good about yourself, and also taking this habit for the rest of your life. It's going to be yours. You're investing in yourself.
That's right. And it's you're doing it with a group of people, so there is some camaraderie around it. You can join with others if you want. Everything from learning how to cook with healthy ingredients, going to our restaurants when they're serving their healthy foods, exercising at lunchtime, taking a walk on downtown. We have a 2-mile loop downtown. All of it, taking a nap, one of my favorite healthy activities. All of those things enhance our lives.
And don't forget your children, because this is a perfect place. Kitchen is a perfect place to get your children to come and get them initiated. They can peel the asparagus. They can learn, you know, which part is good or not good. They can taste it. They can wash herbs for you, anything, because when they are in the kitchen, they feel important. And the food that they touch and help prepare is the food that they're going to eat.
And it becomes a lifestyle for them when they're young that they take with them. Much like my family, my Italian family, we did a lot of cooking in my family, and those traditions carry on in my life today.
That's wonderful.
Thank you, Anna.
Well, I'm so glad. It's been a real pleasure. I'm so glad. I hope that we will beat North Adams.
Right on.
And learn healthy habits. And thank you for coming again.
Thank you, Anna.
And promoting this special message.
I hope you'll invite me back. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you. Support for this program is provided in part by Guido's Fresh Marketplace.